depends on what happens right here.
So when do you think you guys know about the 60 today? By tonight?
Is this all new from last night?
Nope, nope. Actually, this is not. Where's the map from today?
That's today.
Okay,
This
just
is
look. The bigger map just has a lot.
The black line is-
Blacker block
yeah,
line.
that's new.
This is now considered controlled to there. It's
What is that, like 10%?
10, yeah, we're saying 21%. Yeah.
So where was all the activity at last night?
Most of it was here. The intent was to hold the fire line here. We've been working on this for a while, the XE lines or dozer line, and they've kind of held it on the ridge. So the goal today is to hold that fire where it's at.
So what is this right here?
The X's are a dozer line, mechanical grade.
Something
line
you guys put in?
This was put in a couple days ago. And so they're backups, like if it should jump here, we've got here. The idea is to keep the fire out of the 6-shooter Ice House Canyon area.
6-shooter. Where do they come up with these names?
Good Western names.
Is there a mark, like where would you describe where that fire line is? Just south of Claypool, or is
It's,
there a marker that folks over
it's
there
on
would
the ridge east of Russell Gulch.
It's along the ridge east of Russell Gulch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Little Acres Road.
There's some good things.
Little Acres Road is right there where the...
Well, there's a road that comes down along through the gulch. Actually, it doesn't.
I wonder if this tied into it.
I know there's a. I've driven. I've driven a loop like this, but it comes out the hospital over here, and I think that's somewhere right in there.
Oh, this is 60 right here, right?
Yep.
Claypool. My friend is a captain right here at Tri-Cities. I think he's a captain, at least a captain. So, is this is this the road that?
That's 60 on to Sholo.
Oh, okay. And that's going towards
That goes to Safford.
through the Indian Reservation.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And of course, it's closed to heavy traffic. That's managed by Mescal Fire.
Sheesh.
The only way to get the globe right now is to come up through
Yeah.
Payson and around, which
Crazy.
is tough because you can't come this way. Let's go all the way to Safford, but it's probably quicker doing that.
Can you get to Superior right now?
Yep. The roadblock is right about there, right about the junction of 177.
Oh. And then it's probably closed going this way.
Yep. 177 is still closed.
Where did the fire start at?
Kind of over in this area.
Wow, that's crazy. How is this all
That's
uphill?
all wind. It's a wind-driven fire. I mean, it's pretty. Linear fires are pretty common with the wind. Particularly where you have. Huh?
Scooch.
Is this my mark?
Well, we can move it. I don't know. I just thought you'd like a little more liberty to.
Is this good? Are we both good here?
They're going to be looking that way.
Okay.
Right to the. Is that going to? Whenever you're ready.
1 minute. I don't think anybody else is going to show up. But. Well, good morning. I'm Dean McAllister. I'm one of the public information officers for the Telegraph Fire. I'd like to give you an update of where we currently stand. Today we are at 80,722 acres, which is about a 5,000 acre increase over where we last reported. We have 751 people working on the fire. The good news is today we are announcing 21% containment. Containment on the fire begins down in the south below Superior, comes up and pretty much brackets the area of the community of Superior. So that is good news. That area of the fire is in a situation where we can call it contained. We are going to be spending a significant amount of time still on the Highway 60 corridor, but even more so over on the east side of the fire. The top of the world area is an area where there will be a lot of activity today. The success of fire in that area will have a significant bearing on when Highway 60 opens. A lot of the area around the outskirts of top of the world will have treated fire through it because we need to get the fire to a situation where we make sure it doesn't cross 60 and get into the area north of there. Structures will be protected. The firing will be conducted in a manner where we aren't going to be threatening structures. As we come on around the fire, we're going to be working in the area below Claypool up through and along the edges of the Pinal fire of 2017. This is a critical area for us today. There is a lot of active fire in there. We've created a fire line. We've burned the area out last night, and today's goal is to hold the fire so it stays to the west of the Russell Gulch area. There are two critical electronic sites in the area, Sentinel Peak and Pinal Peak. Both of those have been pre-treated or are currently within the fire area. Sentinel Peak, the fire has surrounded. There is no damage to the site itself. Pinal Peak we have pre-treated and they've burned around it, and so we anticipate there will be no damage there. But the fire will be moving past those two particular areas. The goal today is to keep the fire west of the Russell Gulch area, and then as we can either come directly down along the Pinal Mountain Road or come around to the east side of the Pinal 2017 fire scar. The reason behind that is that the fire scar that we've got from 2017, the fuel, while there is a lot of relatively flashy fuel on the ground in terms of the grasses that came back after that fire, the intensity will be less because it's a lighter weight of fuel. So the goal today, the critical thing today, is to hold the fire west of the Russell Gulch area and to keep the top of the world area from crossing the 60 highway. With that, I'd take any questions.
What happens if the fire jumps that line and heads to the east?
If we get into that, then we're going to be dealing with the outskirts of the communities of Globe and the Central City, Midland area.
Would at that point, would you be talking about evacuation?
We'd be talking additional evacuations. We are fairly confident that will not happen. Right now, there have been no new go orders, no new evacuations activated, and there's actually some talk of moving backward in the ready, set, go process in some areas. So by the end of today, we'll have a better idea of where those will be.
Can you describe what is happening on that fire line? Like what would it look like if you were out there in terms of keeping the fire on the west side of that?
Okay, there are cruise engines and a lot of mechanical equipment in there constructing fire line as the fire moves through the area. And so the goal is to pretty much keep up with the fires as it's moving to the east. So you're looking at dozers, perhaps motor graders. There's a lot of engines in there for fire prevention and protection, and also interagency hotshot crews.
I think the governor issued an emergency declaration this morning. I think it frees up some resources or funds. Are you able to talk to just what that?
I'm not aware of what was proposed. So.
Okay. The 21% containment. So is the town of Superior, are they in good shape?
Yeah, the town of Superior is in good shape because the containment starts about the Apache Peak area and then goes on around to the southwest. This area in here is pretty much untreated line, but it really hasn't moved much in the last couple of days. It's just so remote that we haven't really had a chance to put people on it.
And for folks at home, can you describe at what point do you consider something contained?
When we call something contained, the line is at a state where we are pretty confident that the fire is pretty much out, and there's no real chance of it crossing a line and getting in an unburned area.
I believe it's 5 structures confirmed burned.
We're confirming 5 structures, and at this time I can't tell you specifically where they are.
Any indication that there's more than 5?
Not this time.
Can you talk, for folks, we know the 60 is closed between Miami and Superior.
Right.
Any ETA on when that might open up?
60 opening is contingent on the northern line of the fire, in particular the top of the world area. When the burnout is completed here, probably within a couple of days after that burnout is completed, we'll be able to open 60. Now, there are probably some concerns that the highway department may have with burned out guardrail and that sort of thing, and so opening may be contingent on their ability to get in and do the things they need to open the highway.
But later today, you might have a better ETA.
We might have a better idea depending on the success of this action.
Weather in the next week, 115, 117. What does that mean for the firefighters
Well,
and the firefighters?
Yeah, the weather has been hot. We've been dealing with temperatures in the mid to high 90s with single-digit humidities, ever since this fire started. As we move toward the weekend, we're dealing with higher temperatures, perhaps up to 10 degrees higher, working in the mid 105 area, and humidities that are even lower than what they've been. The only good thing is that the winds will be a little less. And this is a wind-driven fire, which is one reason why it tracks like that. The original growth of the fire was a wind-driven fire, basically from the southwest to the northeast.
But did those higher temperatures, what toll does that take on the crews themselves?
It is really tough on the crews. Hydration is a critical issue. Being these folks, particularly the hand crews that are not associated with vehicles, packing enough water to accommodate themselves for the day, you're adding 20 to 30 pounds in your pack just for water, perhaps, just to survive the day, because you're carrying somebody working as a part of the hand crew needs to be consuming about 3 gallons of water a day to stay hydrated.
Anything else anything we want to throw out there?
Nope, that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir?
I got a question for you. We are all moving to Miami now, so this as a instant command post is changing. We will be moving up there. We are wondering if you would like to continue these. In order to continue, would we have to be here, or can you go to the Superior High School?
Superior or below Miami?
No, not Superior.
We're in,
I think Superior is less of an issue.
we're not Superior, we're Miami.
Yeah.
Now, I know, but we will be in Miami, but the problem is we have the road closure for them to deal with.
Yeah.
And